let's get started so you can get on with your day. So we're going to do a full body stretch today. We're starting on our mat into our child's pose. So this is a really good way to wake up the body in the morning and also come within with the mind. So often we will wake up with our to-do list or a stress, or we're already planning this crazy busy day and wondering how we're going to do it all. So let's take a moment just to rest your forehead on the mat and take some deep breaths in and out, maybe closing your eyes and then stretching your arms all the way up, forward, reaching, letting your chest and body feel a little bit heavier. If this is too hard for you, you can always sit on a pillow or a bolster just underneath your hips if you need to come up a little bit higher. Take another deep breath in, exhale. Good, coming up to a tabletop position. Make sure that your shoulders are over your wrists and you have your hips over your knees. And we're gonna do some cat-cow. So dropping the belly, now really gentle here, just curving the spine. We're just waking up, and we're waking up our head too. So let your head be a little bit heavy, and then look up, gentle, and then coming back to neutral. Now we're just going to bring our bodies forward and back. So we're starting to warm up the hips and the wrists, and just focus on keeping your belly in. Again, you can close your eyes, make this feel good. And then we're going to do some circular motion. So just coming down almost to a child's pose if you can, and then bringing the hips forward. Feels really good. Over and around. Good. Doesn't matter how it looks. Hopefully nobody's watching you. If anything, it's probably going to be your dog saying, "What is she doing?" Good. And we're going to sit back and up on our toes, bringing our arms out to cactus, just starting to open up the chest a little bit more. Good. And just keep your head a little up, always keeping our chin up, right? Taking a deep breath in. Good. Closing your eyes. And just know that today is going to be a beautiful day. Repeat after me. Everything always works out for me. That's a beautiful mantra I love to use. Bring your arms all the way up. Good. Hands to heart center. Again, everything always works out for me. Beautiful. Good. Bringing your hands forward. Flip up to your first downward facing dog. And we're keeping this really simple, just with your knees slightly bent, pushing one heel into the mat and the other. Take your time. Good. Play around with your feet too. See what is working with you and your body. So everybody looks different when they start to practice yoga. Nobody looks like me. Nobody looks like you. So all the poses are going to look different. So never compare yourself to anyone or any of the practices that you do. Taking a deep breath in. Squeezing the belly in, and then transition into your high plank position. So we're just coming forward, maybe up on the toes a little bit more. Good. And again, we can come forward and back, creating a lot of movement. Good. This nice little morning flow. We're going to pivot our ankles over to the side. For a high plank, we're only doing this for a minute, lifting our hips, squeeze our core, and then lower. And to the other side. Lift, and lower. Good. Bringing your knees to the outside for a wide-legged child's pose. So a little bit deeper here. Ooh, got a cramp. And then sitting into your wide-legged child's pose. Taking a breath. So starting to open up the hips a little bit more. And then coming forward, back up to your downward facing dog, and then walking your hands to the back of the mat into your forward fold. So your feet are about shoulder width apart. We're just going to let our hands dangle to the ground. Again, you can bend your knees. And we're just going to relax our head too. Sometimes in the morning, it feels good. I don't know if you might want to try it. I'll put both my hands behind my neck, just really gently though. You can feel a nice sort of like elongation in your neck and upper body. Again, everyone's different, so listen to your body. Listen to how it feels. Bend the knees, rise up, reach up. Good. And right now we're going to drop one hand down and reach over to the side. Good. You could face this part of your mat. I'm just doing this to show you that we're moving the hips at the same time. And then coming up. And then over to the other side. Good. And if thoughts come in while you're doing your morning practice, just allow them in without judgment. Realize that everybody has a noisy brain full of things telling you what to do and what to worry about, which we have to let go of. We're going to reach up, hands to heart center, go back down into your forward fold and walk your hands forward onto your mat into your downward facing dog. We're going to lift our left foot up into the air, and then we're going to bend it and bring it, step it through into our high lunge. I got a slippery mat today. So we have our high lunge where we have our knee over our ankle. Our back leg is straight, back heel is lifted, and just hold. It doesn't matter how low you go here. So if this is where you're at, or you need blocks, just hold. Good. And then we're going to drop the back knee, release the toe, walk the hands back to your half split. Now here, don't roll. Come up. Bring your belly forward. Maybe look at your toes. Decide when you need that pedicure. My God, I need one. Walk your hands back. And we're going to go into a low lunge, so the knee stays down, and just lift up slightly. Good. It's a beautiful stretch here. Good. We're just putting our hands just below our knees. And then placing both hands down, swing the left leg back into your high plank position, and then lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Breathe it out. 2 breaths here. Good. Bring the right leg all the way up. Good. Bend the knee, step it through into your high lunge. Right foot forward. Back leg straight, back heel's lifted, chest is up, your hands are on blocks or onto the mat. Good. And then dropping the back knee, releasing the toe, walking our hands back into our half split. Yes. I got like, I think it's shellac or something like that, like the really hard nail polish that doesn't come off. And the first time I like clipped my toenails, they all kind of like fell off. So my big toe is holding on strong though. I got nail polish on one toe. I'm hoping to start a trend. Let's walk our hands back into our low lunge. So we're dropping the knee, putting both hands just below our right knee, relaxing the shoulders. Whew. Should feel really good here. It's going to be so nice if you are doing a lot of walking today, or even just sitting or just running around. If you're lucky, maybe you can go for a hike. Nice. Good. Placing the hands back down, flipping the toes, bringing that right foot back to your high plank. And now we're going to lower the knees and we're going to drop all the way down to our mat, bringing our arms forward, giving yourself a stretch, and then pulling our elbows in for our Sphinx pose, keeping your hips down on the mat, shoulders down, and just taking a minute. Good. You're almost done. You should feel the movement throughout your whole body, blood flowing, oxygen flowing. Good. Bring your hands right beside and push up to baby cobra or upward dog. So if you're in upward dog, you have your hips slightly coming off of the mat, your elbows are straight, shoulders away from your ears. Good. And then flip your toes or go over your toes and go back into your downward facing dog. And release. It's so fun to, give a nice big exhale, a release when you're in your downward dog. A lot of the times it's when you've exerted a little bit more energy, a little bit more movement. It's kind of a reset pose. But also feel free to go down into your child's pose like this if it's calling to you as well. Let's lift our heels, bend our knees. We're going to do a baby hop to the middle of the mat and then sit back into the center. We're going to come up to our boat pose. Just start to activate the core. Bringing both feet off of the mat. Point those toes. Shins are parallel. Bringing our arms forward if we feel like we have that strength. Let's row the boat side to side. I'm still working on getting rid of the Christmas paunch, but just know that with patience, if you do a little bit each day, it'll go away. And then dropping your feet down to the mat, one vertebra at a time, lower, 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 all the way down, and give yourself another head to toe stretch. Good, good, good. Squeezing your whole body. Oh, and look, the paunch went away. Good. And then bringing your knees in towards your chest, squeezing yourself in side to side. So we're squeezing our knees into our chest, rocking from side to side, extending the feet up to the ceiling, grabbing the outside of our feet for our happy baby. Good. Just hold. Start to slow down our breath a little bit. Again, rock from side to side if it feels good. Keep your hips down on the mat. Good, extending both feet pointed. And then slowly lower your legs all the way down. Find your feet again onto the mat. So bending your knees, you should just be able to touch your ankles slightly. We're going to push up to a bridge. Roll your shoulders back. Squeeze your glutes. Close your eyes. And then lower down. Twist. This is my favorite. So bring your arms out to the side. Take your left leg, swing it over your right, and then let both knees fall over to the right. So we're twisting at the waist. You could have your gaze over towards your left hand if you wanted. Relax, relax. Another breath. And then bring your knees up to center. Might have to shimmy your hips a little bit over towards the right side of your mat. Take your right knee, cross it over your right, secretary style, and then dropping both knees over towards the left. And then maybe your gaze is looking over towards your right hand, or just looking up and closing your eyes, feeling this beautiful twist within the body. Good detoxifier. Also helps with digestion. Our bodies are made to move. Oh, I don't know if you heard that, but my stomach was growling. And then bringing your knees back up to center. Shimmy your hips so you have your entire body straight on your mat. And then lower down for our final pose, our Shavasana. Don't skip it. I'll know. So keep your palms facing in. or upwards. And then just let your feet fall from either side. And just take this moment where it's just you. And then focus on your breath. Even though there might be noises or distractions, just for this moment, just go within. Just focus in on this moment, listening to your breath, the sound of the air coming into your nostrils, into your nose, and then an exhale. If you have the time and you want to stay here, please do. You can add in a little meditation, a little beautiful mantra if you have one. But if you need to get on with your day, you can start to wiggle your hands. Maybe you're giving yourself a little stretch. It's so hard for us to take even a short time out of our life, out of our day as an adult. Bring your arm up over your head as you bring yourself to your fetal position and then up to a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.